What's up, guys? It's Carlos from the We're Just Fans podcast. Guess what? I don't even have to do the intros. You got Poppy, we got Rios. We're just excited.
Let's go!
Let's go, the Houston Astros are your 2022 World Series champions. Let's go.
Let's go, man. Let's go.
That was very enthusiastic of you there, Poppy.
The league can suck it. The commissioner can suck it. Everybody can suck it. Houston Astros proving all the haters again, proving them wrong.
As I've been
We're
doing,
everyone's dad. We're everyone's dad. Name a team.
Yeah,
Name a team.
Dude.
Name a team. Name a team.
You doing the Hulk Hogan thing? Dude, I'm telling you, that was a series. The Astros were the team to beat. Like, don't get me wrong, the Phillies had us for a little bit. Okay, I'll give them that.
A little concerned.
But
I was concerned.
It was concerning. Yeah, it was concerning because, like, Poppy, when we were going back and forth, texting here and there, it was basically because we were like shooting ourselves in the foot. A lot of those mistakes came from us too. I mean, let's go back to the beginning of the series. Okay, Game 1. Okay, let's talk about Game 1. Game 1, we have Justin Verlander on, pitching, and hold on, he started off strong. He did. He started off pretty well, and then the Astros put in, started scoring, and then 5 runs, and then we started giving up a few. It feels like we kind of got a little laxed, kind of a little too loose, and suddenly we couldn't. We just ended up giving up some more runs. We could all agree that he should have been taken off sooner, but he wasn't, and I think that's what caused the debacle of Game 1. What do you guys think?
Oh,
sorry, my dog's over there.
Completely agree. Once Verlander gave up that those first 3 runs, you know what? The lead should have been much shorter. Like, he should have been pulled earlier because what did he do? Load up the bases, and then 2 more. They tied up the game, and then it just sucked the air out of the building at that point. Like, you had a 5-run lead, and you just gave it away in 2 innings. Like, you're the ace. Like, you're the Game 1 pitcher. Like, can't be doing that.
So for the past few years, right, since Dusty has come in, try to steady the ship, put us in the right direction, and get us that elusive second World Series. There's been some questionable calls in games where it matters the most, right? And if you looked anywhere on social media or Twitter during this series, especially after Game 1 and even more so after Game 2, like, how can we do the? I mean, not Game 2, Game 3, when my colors got wrong. How can we do it for Dusty if Dusty keeps making all this like out of pocket type of decisions? Like, us as fans watching the game, we're like, yeah, Verlander gave up 3 hits in a row. Get him out. We have the best bullpen in the league. Let's use him. But, Dusty, he sticks with his dogs, dude. And, now that it's all said and done, world champions right here.
Yeah.
But if this series would have gone the other way, we would be like, as fans, more so than disappointed or sad about the loss, we would be like up in arms, dude, because it's like 3 World Series. It would have been 3 World Series that it's just like we just don't deliver, and a lot of people were talking about maybe just Dusty just doesn't have it in him. We thought like going into the postseason, we're like Verlander is the best pitcher. And going into the postseason in the league, like and then after that Game 1, you start to question, is he washed? Is it done? Is it over?
Well, with Verlander, he has one of the worst ERAs all time in the post. He already had the worst going into it, and he doubled it. Like, I think he started, he was like a 5 point something. I want to say like 5.9 ERA before Game 1. It jumped almost 11. I'm like, bro.
Yeah.
Like, how are you, first ballot Hall of Famer with the worst ERA in the entire history of MLB World Series? Like, how? Honestly.
it's mind-boggling, really, because it's funny that the guys that like Justin Verlander, and then you had Lance McCullers who weren't available the last World Series, last year's World Series, and I saw a meme about it on Twitter, and it said 2021 we lost because Justin Verlander and Lance McCullers weren't there. We need them. And then it said 2022, we don't need Lance McCullers or Justin Verlander to win this. And nonetheless, though, not to be said, but this first time around, like I think what worried me about the game one is that I didn't see anybody go visit Justin Verlander at the mound. Like, hey man, let's calm that down a little bit. Same thing with the McCullers thing in game three. Nobody went to go visit Lance at the mound and tell him, hey man, you're either tipping or you're doing something, but you need to calm that down. Nobody.
He was tipping.
He was definitely, yeah, definitely. But I'm saying nobody went up to them. Like if Bryce Harper figured it out. I mean, it got to the point where basically people on Twitter, regular fans like us, had figured it out. Like there was a guy that posted like he's tipping, like look, and he put the side by side. It was blatantly there.
Well, yeah, I mean, when you're watching it from home, it's a lot easier to notice, right? And especially when everybody on the timeline is talking about it and saying how things are the way they are. But talking about those two losses, right? Game one, we dropped the ball. We let it get away from us. Like you said, we shot ourselves in the foot by not pulling Verlander sooner and using the bullpen. I agree with that 100%. And when he went on to pitch game five,
I was concerned.
I was very concerned. However,
same.
After the win yesterday, they asked Dusty, and this is something that I was thinking about. Like I remember when we were watching game three, I was watching it from my apartment.
Oh, I know you're going with it.
And exactly. And I was texting you guys, and I told them, you know what? At this point, like I love my coolers. I love him. I love him. Like we've seen him live. We've seen him pitch Minute Maid and with the Space Cowboys. But like as much as it hurt in the moment, I was angry for sure. And I was like, just leave him out there. Leave him out there. This game is, let's just scratch it. Let him get rocked for 9 innings in a row. Yeah, it's gonna suck for him.
But save the bullpen.
Save the bullpen. And yesterday, when they interviewed him after the game, Dusty, they asked him, what was the hardest decision that you had to make this postseason? And definitely, I thought he was gonna say leaving Verlander longer than he had to in game one.
I did too.
I feel like that was like a mistake. And like an actual managerial mistake that he made. But when he said, the hardest decision was to leave McCullers out there while he was getting robbed to save the bullpen. Obviously, in hindsight, after the win, saying something like that, sounds like, oh yeah,
makes sense.
Makes sense, But
tip of the cap.
Exactly. But at the time, as fans, we were just like, oh my God, what are we doing? Like, what are we doing? But in hindsight, it was a great decision. It was a great decision to leave him out there.
Yeah.
And McCullers, you saw the videos. McCullers was celebrating almost like more than anybody else. So I'm happy we got the win, man. But yeah, those losses were tough for sure.
Those were the scary losses, man. It was like my blood pressure went through the roof during those times.
Man. It took years of my life.
Yeah, even game
going off like, why is your heart rate so elevated? You're sitting still.
Need
your judgment.
Yeah,
go lay down.
Yeah, exactly. Go lay down, sir. Yeah, no, exactly. Like those games did take a lot out of you, man. And honestly, years out of our lives. And it's just kind of funny seeing the end result. And you know what? I'm inclined to agree with you there, Papi. The fact that at the time when we're over here questioning ourselves, like, why are they just pulling Lance or it was like pull him or whatever. And then you start thinking of the notion, well, if they pull him, they're going to have to start using guys from the bullpen. And you wonder why Dusty stuck with his guns and just it stayed with the guys out there as long as they did, even though they weren't having such great innings or whatnot. Same thing I think with JV, and it's because he wanted to preserve that bullpen because he knows that is the strongest bullpen in the entire MLB. I think we had a .88 ERA, which is like the second lowest compared to the Cincinnati Reds at .29.
And like, but that was like in the 1945 or whatever, bro. I don't care.
TV was black and white.
I wasn't even born yet, so it don't count.
Rios was like 3. No,
yeah, there was no color TV. I don't think there was sound when you were watching.
Sound wasn't even a thing, dude. Everybody was deaf back then.
But one of the things that I noticed going back to that, and one of the things that I noticed is that I felt like the Phillies coach, he was very impulsive. And he like that first game he used like his bullpen entirely. He was guns blazing kind of a thing, and I think that's the downfall of him because when Alvarado pitched against Jordan, when Jordan hit that bomb yesterday, Alvarado wasn't Alvarado. Like he was they kept putting Alvarado against Jordan the entire series because they knew that he kind of had his number, but towards the end he was throwing wild pitches like crazy, Alvarado, because he had been used throughout the series. And I don't know how many times, it could have been 3, could have been 4. I don't have the exact number on me right now, but you could tell he was throwing a bunch of wild pitches. Like he walked a couple, and then did he walk Peña, I think, or did he get a hit? I can't remember.
Before Peña and Altuve got on base.
Yeah, Peña.
Yeah, they got on base. Exactly. Sorry, Peña and Altuve got on base, and I think they had put in Alvarado as soon as Jordan came in because they had the previous pitch. Because
Peña got a hit, and they pulled Nola and put in.
No, it was Wheeler. They had Wheeler.
Wheeler.
Yeah. With like 70 pitches, though. He had like 70 pitches, and they pulled him out. So I thought it was a ballsy decision to do that.
It was.
But honestly, I was happy because we know what happened last time when we won game 2. Was it game 2 when Alvarado?
Yes.
Gave up all those. The bases were loaded then. But here's the thing I wanted to say about Alvarado, right? Like, I feel like maybe that decision isn't made if in game 2, whenever the bases were loaded and Jordan is up to bat, you remember when Alvarado actually hit Jordan and that's how the first run got scored?
Yeah,
right.
Correct.
I feel like if that doesn't happen, if we actually get a matchup of Alvarado and Jordan in that at bat, like if let's say Alvarado actually strikes out Jordan, or whatever, like or Jordan actually gets a hit on him, that would have influenced the decision of the Philly manager yesterday to put him in against Jordan. Because the fact that we didn't see the matchup, he's thinking, oh no, I'll just take the lefty-lefty matchup. But if in game 2 Jordan rocks him like he did yesterday, I don't think that they make that same mistake again. I think Wheeler stays in the game, and we might be talking right now about watching game 7 like in a few hours.
And that's the thing. I didn't want it to go to a game 7.
Oh, I couldn't take it, dude. My heart can't take it.
You couldn't take it.
My liver can't take it anymore.
You had to, we had to finish it yesterday. We had to finish it yesterday because there was no way. Now, let me ask you this, boys. I think it's something that you and I brought up yesterday while we were watching the game there, Poppy. If, let's say hypothetically it would have gone to a game 7. Who would you? You think we would have lost that? I was thinking that too. Yeah, I wholeheartedly believe we would have lost it again too.
But I know where you're going. I know where you're going with it. You're asking me who I would have on the mound.
Yeah, who would you have started? Would you have started Lance again?
No,
I'm just asking.
Hell no.
No, okay.
Like you said, you and I talked about it for a little bit. My dad was there as well, and
that was a good memory.
Yeah, no. If you haven't seen the video on Twitter,
we uploaded the video also on our YouTube page here. It's the highest viewed video that we have in our selection. So the last time I checked, we were almost at 400 views.
Oh, look at that!
Yeah, but it was because it was a genuine reaction. Because I remember we were quick backstory, and then we'll go back to the who you start thing. Yeah. So quick backstory. So Poppy and I went to his dad's house. We went to his dad's house, and then I think Rios went downtown to Cobos, and how do you call it? So Rios, I don't know how he survived, but he's here.
I don't need it, honestly.
I know. I thought he died. I could have sworn he was
thought
dead.
we were going to get a new co-host. I really thought we were going to get a new co-host after that. I was like, all right, well, there you go. And nonetheless, the Carlos and Poppy show. No. Anyway, so I had to change the logo again.
That's not a bad name, though. That's not a bad name. I can't believe we didn't think of that.
Yeah, it just came out of random. Anyway, next season, remember, we changed the names after every season. No, I'm kidding. So anyway, we go to Poppy's dad's house, and we're there, and we're watching the game as together, all of us as family. And so we're there, and then we get it was like, hey, let's see. We felt good with Presley at the end. We're like, you know what? Let's not start recording yet, just so that we can get that genuine reaction of it, because we know it's going to be a reaction if we win this thing. And then once Presley got the second out, I think it was Bryce Harper. He got Bryce Harper out. Then I think it was there. I can't remember who was the last person. It was like Castellanos, right?
Castellanos. I would believe it was
Castellanos. Yeah, because I forgot Real Muto and Bryce Harper changed spots. So I remember watching it, and I'm thinking, oh, we all just knew that we were just waiting for that out. And so it was an inevitable moment, yeah. And so suddenly, we start recording. I was like, okay, let's see if we can get a genuine reaction here. And then we forgot we were recording the thing because we're just so you're just watching the game, and then suddenly we're looking at before we knew it, we're looking at Kyle Tucker. And I just remember your dad just like scream like
my dad was real happy, man. My dad was real happy.
And I saw the video. I've rewatched the video countless amount of times. My girlfriend's already like, okay, that's enough. Almost at that point. So then I saw there's a little part of you like hold on. You're like holding on to my shoulder. Papi, you're like holding on to my shoulder.
I think I'm like, because I'm in the middle seat, right? We're on my dad's couch. Your
dad was like on the
getting ready
on the far left.
I'm getting ready to jump off the couch 100%.
And so then suddenly, like we're all yelling Tucker, 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 and then catches it. Let's go! I had a hulking out moment, dude. I was like, let's go! And then you're just like. And then you start like speaking Spanish or whatever.
I went off, dude.
Some language. It was some language.
Yeah. You're just like, Tomala. And like the whole time. It was hilarious. But honestly, I gotta say, dude, even though that was literally just last night, like it had to be one of my favorite moments.
Favorite moments.
Because it was y'all were there, like it was special. The fact I know Rios was over there and he was having his own good time. That's cool.
Oh, he was having the time of his life.
He was having the time of my life, man. Yeah, that place was rocking.
I saw.
I got there at 7. That place was packed. It was rocking, man.
That's what I was going to ask you, Rios. How was the Cobos experience for you? Walk us through that, dude. How was Cobos when you got there, like the place?
So I get there like right when the game started, and this show like it is packed. The outside, the inside, it was. But like the energy, like everyone knew something special happened tonight, and man, it was. Especially when Jordan hit the homer, bro, that place fucking blew off, man. It was
to the moon, dude.
Oh,
they're still trying to find it.
The entire mood changed at that point. Like we were just counting down the pitches because we knew this is our night. Like there's no way we lose. There's no way we lose. Almost knew it.
It was something. It was a feeling.
Have a plan for today. Like I don't have any ice. I don't have beer. Like I don't have anything. So if there was a game 7, I would have been fucked.
Yeah, aside
he knew.
Back to what we were saying though, like
who would you have started?
As far as who I would have started for Game 7.
If the series would have gone to Game 7, who would you have started, Papi?
Like I think we agreed, like probably Urquidy was our best bet.
Urquidy, yeah.
Even though he barely got to pitch in the World Series, I think he pitched on game
2? Game 1. Where it
went 10 innings, right?
It was
game 2. Is it Game 3?
Game 2. It was one of the early ones.
It was one of the ones we lost. It had to be Game 2 or Game 1 or Game 3.
No, because 3 we got rocked. There was no 10 innings. It was Game 1.
That was Garcia.
Garcia was the one that jumped off Game 3.
You're right.
So it must have been Game 1. And even though he hadn't pitched at all, like I wouldn't feel comfortable putting my colors out there. Like hell, I felt very concerned putting Verlander back on the mound after the game he let slip away. But I feel like Urquidy would have been our best bet, and then just try to use the bullpen as much as possible. Maybe give Nettie's a couple of innings. By the way, Nettie's yesterday was electrifying.
Oh my god!
You talk about like Framber having a really good game, and even though he gave up that home run in the sixth, like you cannot talk down anything of what he did on that game. He was insane, and Nettie's coming in electrifying, dude, with that energy, the way he celebrated. That third out, man, like Nettie's was all of us at that moment.
Injected into my veins, like man, I just. Bro,
and then
like,
Presley, who's been elite the whole postseason. Anytime he gets on the mound, you already know he's saving it. Whether it's 2 outs, 3 outs, 5 outs, it doesn't matter. The guy's a killer.
The best part about this is that you have the unsung heroes. You have. I think the unsung heroes need to be credited. Obviously, Framber Valdez deserves as much credit as can be, because without Framber, you don't have a win.
He was
without Christian.
Our best pitcher was probably Framber.
I could argue with Javier.
But Javier only had the one game, right?
Yeah.
So if you're talking about the World Series, Framber gets the best pitching.
Javier second. Yeah.
Javier second, obviously, with a combined no-hitter, and then Presley right up there. Like I was what's the word I'm looking for? I was like backing Presley to actually win MVP, World Series MVP.
Yeah.
Because like I said, every time he got on the mound, you knew we were winning that game. You already knew.
Dude, you're absolutely right. Like I said, these guys here that deserve all the unsung heroes: Framber, Christian Javier. Even Montero had some. I know towards the last one, I was like, all right, let's get him out, Montero, but he was a big part of it. Brian Abreu, are you kidding me? Brian Abreu was cold as ice. This man,
ice in the veins.
This man was amazing.
Ice in his veins, man.
Yeah, they were on demon time, man. Demon time all the way.
Like they were the best,
wanted it.
In regular season, but postseason, man, they took it to 96 Bulls level. Just
Game 6, right?
Man. Game 6 Jordan, whatever it is you want to use. That's what they took it to. Like it was unbelievable. I've never seen anything like that in my life, man.
Yeah, dude. This pitching staff, it has been. They were amazing all year. We knew that going into the postseason that we probably had the best bullpen in the league. But the way these guys came out, you could argue, Verlander didn't have the best postseason, but he always struggles in the postseason. And then, McCullers, he had that one bad game. Because if you go back to the Yankee series and into the Mariners series, he was actually shutting people down.
He was.
So besides that one bad game, like this pitching staff, like one to remember for the ages. Like we're gonna be telling our grandkids about the Javier Framber days. That combined no-hitter in the World Series. Verlander getting his first win. Man.
Dusty getting his first win as a manager.
The boy Dusty, getting the last thing he needed to go in that Hall of Fame. The ring that it has eluded him for 25 years.
Probably one of the coolest guys as a manager right now. Like he smoked a joint with Jimi Hendrix. He's friends with Snoop Dogg and Willie Nelson. Like this is one of the coolest dudes there is.
By the way, Rios, did you know that Dusty Baker's credited for the very first televised high five? 1977.
I heard about that.
Exactly. He's credited with the first high five. Just a little fun fact I learned from my friend's fiance.
Here's another fun fact. Here's another fun fact that I saw on Twitter. So this might not be right at all. I didn't care to double check because I was super hyped about the win yesterday.
As you should.
But I saw that in Dusty Baker's managerial debut. I don't know if it was the first game or his first season in general.
Yeah.
Was it the first home run?
It was the first. I know exactly what you're talking about. I have it saved up.
The first home run one of his players hit was actually Peña's father.
Dad, Geronimo.
That's true. Yeah.
How insane! And then we haven't even talked about Peña.
Oh my goodness, Peña, literally.
Correa, who? That's all I gotta say. Carlos
Yeah,
Correa.
no disrespect to no disrespect to Carlos.
Correa is
It's
a
just like,
legend of the team. We love
legend.
him. He's a cult hero. He deserves a
But
statue, as how Minute made.
I will say
Is
this:
yeah.
Pena
Go ahead,
is
man.
who Correa thinks he is. Correa thinks dog no. Pena is that dog. DAWG.
And then, Carlos, you and I going back to like when you first started bringing me into the podcast. All those months ago, back in April or whatever.
Back in April. Mm-hmm.
And you and I were talking about, Correa leaving the team, how he wouldn't take the $30 million dollars a year contract or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And then I remember you saying this, it stuck with me. You said, man, it's next man up.
Yeah.
Correa's great. We love him. We're gonna miss him, but it's next man up. And this kid from the Dominican Republic, Jeremy Pena, they see something in him, and he becomes the first rookie shortstop to win a Golden Glove,
right?
First rookie position player to win World Series MVP and championship MVP as well.
As well.
So like this guy basically just completed baseball in a matter of like 1 year in the majors.
And honestly, if he didn't miss
rookie year,
season, he'll been rookie of the year easily.
Might as well give it to him now. Take it away from J-Rod or whatever. Like, what did he even do? What did he do? Can somebody tell me what did he do? Oh, he beat the Orioles in the regular season. Oh, he scored a few homers against the Marlins
and the Rangers from South.
Where did that take? Where did that get him though? Nowhere.
It was all said and done. He was watching from home.
Dang. Yeah,
I'm talking a lot of shit, but I just love Pena that much, man.
No, but what you're talking about that. I do remember the first few episodes, and I think it was even my first or second episode that I was upset at the organization because they had let Carlos Correa walk, and then we started looking at this little Pena kid. And I'm thinking, and like you said, I was thinking, well, if they have enough confidence in him, maybe it's not just a bad idea. And then I remember the lines that I said was like next man up, like you said. And then I remember saying maybe this not time to be the next Carlos. He listens to the podcast, right? Anyway, so I remember also saying like it's not time for it's not about who can be the next Carlos Correa. It's about him being Jeremy Pena. And man, did he show up as Jeremy Pena? Like it is amazing.
Even my dad was saying, he finally got his act together. Because remember,
Jeremy Pena's biggest hater is your dad.
At the beginning of the season, he's like, he wants to be a diva. He always wants to go for the spectacular play. Send him to the Yankees. I'm like, Dad, he's a rookie.
Please. Name all things holy. Don't now.
Oh man, he really showed out. He really showed out to be a rookie, and and then we talk about Jeremy Pena being so young, 25 years old, 25 and a half years old. Mm-hmm. You talk about some of the other players in the clubhouse that are his age, if not like just around.
They're the same age. That's crazy to me. They're both.
It's a young team.
It's a young team, dude. Like we're obviously doing it now. We're doing it now, and we've been doing it for the past 5 years. And with this score, we can continue to do it for the next 5 or 10.
Can you point out the sign again?
Make America mad. I love it. I'm here for the tears. I've been going at it with the Yankees fans, Dodgers, Phillies, Seattle.
Do you know what the best part is about this? All the trash talkers, even the MLB announcers, that literally all the narratives were. What I hated the most is this. Whenever everybody pitches, so Garrett Cole was, this year he had like the whatever spider tech and all that. Okay, nothing, not much mentioned or whatever.
Of course not.
Then when the accusations, literally on game 2 of Framber because the Astros
game 3 game 3 for Framber,
no, game 3 was the Lance game. Game 2,
you're right. You're right.
Yeah, game 2, they kept talking about how Framber was doing this. I was like, dog, have y'all ever heard of sweat? And he fidgets. Like, what's wrong with fidgeting? Like seriously, he fidgets. There's nothing. But they were saying, oh, he was doing this a lot. He's doing tip of the cap. All this. I was like, have you ever seen an MLB pitcher pitch before? They do all these little mannerisms. It's part of the thing that they do. I wish I could explain it. So like, it's the thing that they do. That they do. My voice is getting higher. It's just not.
Oh, the guy,
the Simpsons guy. Manager. No, it's
manager.
The guy at the burger place right, from the Simpsons. Oh, my manager. Yeah. Anyway, so sorry, I clearly hit puberty in the meantime. As I was saying that. No,
you became a man before your very eyes.
Apparently, yeah. No, my voice is gone from yesterday's celebration when we were all screaming about. Nonetheless, it's just the fact that. Yeah, the way because he fidgets, he does this thing, and people keep thinking it's spider is like the spider tech or some illegal substance that he was using. Okay, that's one.
Every inning,
and then Maldonado gets a bat. Right, the bat they said was illegal. Hold on, it got grandfathered in. It doesn't give them any advantage. They just went at it because they used the word illegal, thinking the Astros were cheating. It didn't. The only reason why it was banned or it's illegal is because for player safety, not because it was giving them an advantage in any way whatsoever.
It splinters easily.
But of course,
flies everywhere.
Yeah. But of course, the narrative has to be that the Astros are cheating because that's the only thing they got. That's their hook. And that's one of the things. And then Christian, the same thing, El Reptil, same thing. Guess what happened? They kept saying, oh, he's using stuff instead of I can't remember which MLB announcer said, I don't want, he literally started the sentence with, I don't want to start anything, but I saw him do this a couple of times. How are you an MLB
fuck out of here.
analyst?
Get the fuck out of here.
Get out of here. You are the worst thing. Dude, I'll take your job because you clearly suck at it. Like, I don't understand.
Probably a smooth brain operator for the Dodgers.
Yeah.
Got a lot of them. Bill Plaschke's
definitely.
another one. Oh, I've been going at Bill Plaschke all day.
Yeah,
so
I've enjoyed my villain role today. I've gone at everywhere.
I know. I've been keeping tabs on it. I've been keeping tabs on it. Like you have some funny tweets out there.
I'm not done yet. They go all the way back to
You're not? Oh, okay. You're going all week.
Villain role is not done yet.
No, but listen, right? Like, obviously, this world championship means a lot to the city, means a lot to the team.
Yes.
More than 2017.
You're talking about redemption. You're talking about proving a point against not just like the Dodgers or the Yankees, but like MLB as a whole. Hell, they were booing the commissioner.
Basically,
they were booing the commissioner the whole time. But
I'm okay with that. I'm okay with that.
Like this with this championship, like I'm putting everything else behind us now. The scandal, Springer leaving, Correa leaving, my problems with the organization, my questioning of Dusty's calls.
It doesn't matter anymore.
All the hate that the team and the fans have been getting on social media and everything. I'm putting that's all behind us, dude. The fact of the matter is, whether you like it or not, and we talk a lot about a lot of shit about other teams. I only do it because it's fun to me. But at the end of the game, I love this game.
Hey.
And
champion.
I do respect I do respect the teams like around the league, because you have to be the very best to play the very best, or whatever, vice versa. And like with this World Series championship, man, like I'm looking forward to next season. Like I don't care about the incident back in 2017. I don't care if the Yankees cheated or the Dodgers cheated or the Boston Red Sox cheated. I don't care about any of that. Like, I am happy, dude. I am so freaking happy that the Astros finally made it happen after, losing against the Nationals, losing against the Braves, in horrible fashion, might I add. The fact that
meltdown.
And it was funny because like kind of like Carlos, like you were talking about, like against the Nationals, we couldn't hit worth a damn. Against the Braves, our pitching staff was laughable in comparison. And this year, our best pitchers struggle and our best hitters also struggle.
Right.
But we still made it happen, dude. Everybody who needed to step up, stepped up. Mancini got a hit, my boy.
Yeah.
We've been talking about the center field position all season.
Chaz.
And my boy Chaz just locked that position down. He locked that position down for years to come.
Catch in Game 5, man. I lost my voice.
Greatest.
Let's go so much,
I saw people talking about on Twitter, like you can pinpoint like 3 or 4 moments in this series that really changed momentum and set the tone for us to win. One of them, obviously, is the McCormick catch in Game 5.
All right.
Yeah.
You're talking about the Jordan bomb
Game
in Game 6, right? You're talking about the combined no hitter that the El Reptil and the rest of the bullpen did. And I would definitely argue that Game 3.
Mancini.
When McCullers, Mancini too.
Mancini's catch. Mancini's catch.
But I would say like McCullers getting rocked, and we taking that the way we took that L, to the chin, and the very next game we show up and shut them down completely. I would argue Game 3 was probably the most important game for us.
No, it was after Game 3 was the most important. When those 2 22-year-olds were going after Mattress Mac. That whole series.
Mattress Mac, man. Build a statue of him outside Minute Park.
71-year-old man. He wanted all the smoke. He was ready for it. He's 71 years old, old and frail. He wanted all the smoke. He's not back down.
Come on, man. He's almost half your age. Calm down.
Right? He wanted all the smoke and those memes, and then I think, honestly, I believe the team, they took that to heart because, like, this old man put up more to fight than we did Game 3. You know what?
And it doesn't matter
how it happened.
It doesn't matter who lifted the trophy at the end of the night. Nobody in this whole state slept better than that man last night.
Yeah, and his mattresses.
I should have bought a mattress this year, man. I should have bought it.
So honestly, one of the guys that needs to be talked about also. I took him off right now. If you saw me moving him, I've always had him in the back. My boy, where's my camera? Alex Bregman, Breggy
bomb, man.
Right there, clutch.
I would say that the top 3 most consistent players in our
team.
Bregman, Julie, and Pena, man. Those 3 guys. Those 3 guys carry this team, and what Jordan stepped up when he needed to, the pitchers stepped up when they needed to, but those 3 guys kept us in games.
Every series.
Yeah.
Every single series.
Championship and World Series.
Yeah. And I know that he gave it up, but honestly, I still roll with my boy Lance.
We still love McCullers, man. We can't wait to see you in Sugarland next year.
Yeah. Hopefully not. If you have to do a recovery, but Lance right there. I don't have the other one, the one with the Space City one, the one that is actually McCullers and not McCullers.
McCullers.
So that's this one. And then finally, I got to say this: towards the end, our boy Altuve started showing up.
El enano, por fin.
Hey,
just to let you know,
he cured Altuve. Whatever was ailing him, he cured that man because he's
presented by Goya.
Of course.
Yeah.
Wouldn't have it any other way.
Yeah. The thing is, like, we were worried about him. Because he hadn't I think he went over 26 at one point. Remember that? During the post 7. Over 27, I'm sorry. During the playoffs. And then
that fan hugged him, and
after the fan rant, I know that there's that they said don't run into the field, don't do that. I get it. I understand why. But you gotta say this. Whoever the guy is, that guy deserves a beer or deserves something, because after that, Altuve started getting on base. Was he at Cobos?
I'm pretty sure he was.
I saw pictures of him at Cobos. Yes, I did.
Yeah, like that guy, he literally sacrificed him ever stepping into any MLB park ever in order for Altuve to get a hit. Yeah, and you know what? Altuve started waking up. He started getting on base. We didn't get the homer like we had predicted. But you know what? He got on base and he scored when we needed to. He was part of those good ones. And another guy that I don't have his bobblehead, but I do have the ring. The man himself, Yuli. Yuli gave it his all.
Yeah.
Warrior,
Yuli gave it his all.
warrior.
Warrior. Yuli, I don't know if this is going to be the last year we see him in a uniform, and I hope that it isn't. I hope he signs like another year or two, and that they need to resign him. I think he was a key part of this this postseason because he was on fire. He would get on base. He got hits. He was 2017 Yuli in the postseason. I tell you what, Yuli Gurriel is such an important part of this Astros organization. The man that he gave it all. He gave it his all. He tried to make that run. And he busted his knee. He got hit in the back of the head with the other player's knee. It was sad seeing him not being able to play. And he was trying to stay positive because even in his tweets he said, "Oh, just a little bit of I feel whatever, better. Not too bad. I should be ready." Yeah, he'll feel better. And he didn't want to. And I feel bad for him that he didn't. Well, he wasn't able, but that he wasn't able to play in the last game. But guess what? The Astros still came through. They did it for Yuli. They did it for Dusty. And nonetheless, it all worked out in the end because this guy, after seeing him fall like that, I was like, he gave it his all. There's no way he was going to come back. Like, I had a feeling he wasn't going to come back. But regardless, I don't know. Like I said, I don't know if he's going to come back with an Astros uniform again. But if he doesn't, then, geez, what a ride with Yuli since 2017. What a ride. What a player. And like Rios, you've said this before several times. And I don't know if you were quoting or you had said, I can't remember off the top of my head, but the fact that it stuck with me, this quote, and you said, if Yuli would have came into the country from Cuba a lot younger, that he's definitely a Hall of Famer. He's definitely a Hall of Famer. I think Bregman said it. Bregman said it too. Bregman was the one that said that as well. Like if Yuli would have came sooner, he's a first ballot Hall of Famer. No doubt.
He came here at 32, and he's still elite at what he does. But if he came here at 22, can you just imagine?
Oh man, he'd be making bank right now.
And so I agree. I think Yuli deserves a lot of credit for this postseason.
This whole team deserves all the credit.
It's like you can't even, And the thing is, I also Yuli, and then Jordan showed up when we needed him to be Jordan when it counted the most. I can't speak enough about how proud I am to be an Astros fan, even more now after embracing all the hate from every single ignorant baseball fan out there that keeps calling us cheaters because that's all they got. Even in the MLB commentator, that's all you got. Cheaters from 2017. John Boy Media, who brought up the whole buzzer thing, even though it was proven that it was fake, but people still believed it.
Casuals, dude. It's just casuals. Casuals who listen to who they want to listen to, and they just roll.
Yeah, exactly.
Brains.
Exactly.
Those brains are smooth.
John Boy, I'm sorry that the Astros have been your team's daddy since 2015, and I get that. That's why you probably started this thing. I'm sorry. I don't expect you to ever listen to this. I don't. If you ever do,
that's what works.
You sell Astros merchandise. Look, dude, don't be a fake. Seriously, don't be a fake. That's the problem. You started this false narrative about the Astros and the Buzzers, which was disproven. And then you still go out and about and try to sell Astros merchandise. I'm sorry, bro, but that is the epitome of being a fake and being a false fan. I'm sorry. Stick with your Yankees. You can sell all your Yankees clothes that you want. Don't mess with the Astros because they've rocked your team since 2015.
H-Town, and they will continue to do so.
H-Town.
For the next decade.
We'll continue to do so, man.
That's why you're about to lose Aaron Judge, too.
I hope
Nonetheless, aside from all that, I'm glad that we won it because, again, it throws it in the face of everybody who's ever
the whole MLB, man. The whole MLB.
People mad. It's fine to make people mad.
Who's mad?
We've had to endure the vitriol for 3 years.
Yeah.
3 years. From every angle. Not just people that watch sports, just casual people. Oh, you're a Houston Astros fan? Yeah, I am.
Cheaters. When I went to your team
when I went to
Vegas,
bro.
Yeah,
your team is a trash.
Your team is a trash can that the Astros beat. There you go. And so honestly, when I went to Vegas 2 years ago, I was proudly wearing my Astros gear. It was my Jose Altuve jersey, and I told my girlfriend, "What? Somebody's gonna say something." Guess what? The first person to say something was a Dodgers fan, of course.
Of course.
With the Mickey Mouse trophy. Yeah, with the Mickey Mouse trophy that they got. And then
Games don't count.
this particular summer when I went to Oakland, which the Astros did lose that game, Oakland fans were awful. And you know what? I kept getting heckled, and that's fine. I was with my brother. I was having a good time in Oakland and rocking my Astros gear. We came out on TV. I was happy about that. And guess what? Yeah, people were saying stuff. It is what it is. But guess what? They don't have a team next year. So I guess you'll be watching Vegas take your team just like they did with the Raiders. So
they're used to it. They're used to it.
They're used to it.
Also, fuck the Raiders.
Poverty City, poverty franchises.
Poverty City, poverty franchise.
You know.
Oh man.
And so, nonetheless, sorry. The same way that y'all do it to us, we have to do it.
It's been a crazy season, and it's been an even crazier postseason.
I've waited 3 years to unleash my inner villain. And
obviously,
it's gonna get better. I promise, it's gonna get so much better.
We're sad it's over, but we're happy that it ended the way it did.
No,
definitely.
We get a whole entire year of just talking trash to other fans. What's that? That sounds like loser talk to me, boy. I sound like king of the hill. That sounds like loser talk to me, boy.
I cannot wait for the parade tomorrow, man.
I'll be there. We'll be there.
That's gonna be awesome. That's gonna be awesome.
Oh yeah, Rios can't go tomorrow because he has to quote unquote work.
What a loser! What a loser!
I sound like a Dodgers fan.
Oh.
Hey, you're going to as many parades this year as all the Dodger fans. So.
Well, they had their little mini parade earlier this year when they won one game.
You mean that like gathering? That like
gathering of obese people walking down the street and sweating in that for 5 minutes.
Yeah, I don't know if you want to talk about obese people and then you talk like when you're referring to Houston, man. Have you seen? It don't matter, goddamn. It don't matter.
I have no love for the Dodgers fans. Oh, I remember the little gathering of their people. About 300 plus.
Mickey Mouse gathering, man. Get the hell out of here.
So, saying the worst obscenities you could think of, and that's cool. Hey, can you run 5 minutes? Because I can. Can you? Oh,
I can't.
I was going at it.
I got a belly, and I'm happy with my belly. So I don't know about you.
When are we gonna record again? Are we doing this on Tuesday or Wednesday?
Yes, we're gonna do Tuesday. We should have a special guest on Tuesday.
Okay.
No, I don't think I want to reveal who. Huh? No, it's not Altuve.
It's Jose Altuve.
It is not Jose Altuve at all. I wish, but it's not Jose. It's not Jose Altuve. No, it's none of the Astros players. They're gonna be all on vacation.
Shut up for Carlos Beltran.
Diaz was on vacation the whole goddamn playoff, so
he was there. I could have sworn we had the same number of hits.
We love you, Diaz, but goddamn, you pissed me the hell off.
We love every single Astros player. We do. There's nothing I could say, but man, that was Diaz. I was like, man, what are you swinging at, bro? I could swing, but like regardless, I'm like, man.
You look like
swinging
about the same. Just like 2 miles off the plate. He's still swinging like, bro.
Hey, it's okay, man.
In Pasadena. Why are you swinging the bat?
We'll love to have you on, Diaz.
We would love to have you on, Diaz. We're just messing because, like, I like that we're saying this and we can't do any of that basic stuff ourselves. So that's the beauty of it. Because
I would have had the same production. Hell, I might even gone and walked a couple of times.
I would have been on base.
You know why?
Hit by a pitch. I would have been on base though.
But the reason why is because we're just fans. So we're just fans. That's it. Just fans.
Yo no sé nada.
We're more than just fans. Right? We are 2022.
We're championship fans. We're champion fans. There you go. Hold them up, boys. There you go.
I'm just ready for the second ring.
Oh, there you go.
I'm gonna go to champions. 60 replica games this year to get my second ring.
Yeah, by the end of the decade, it's gonna be like the Infinity Gauntlet. You can like,
What
Yeah,
like
correct
Brady?
one.
What have a ring on every finger, basically?
Hey,
All
it,
like
it is like the Infinity Gauntlet because we traded the Texans season for the Astros. A soul for a soul. There you go.
hey, I'll trade 3 more of those
that team
Texans.
doesn't have a soul. You got Davis
What
Mills.
did it cost?
That team is going nowhere.
I love how
What did
it
it
doesn't matter
cost?
what we're talking
Everything.
about. Rios always finds a way to like talk
Dude,
shit about
you
Davis
make it about
Mills.
Mills every time. Every time you make it about Mills, we could talk about like, hey, dude, you want to go shopping at Kroger? We was like, you know who doesn't shop at Kroger?
David fucking Mills.
Mills.
He's too busy looking for Burkhead.
He'd be looking at aisle 5 of Burkhead. Like,
Going at his feet.
He still has me. Hey, Burkhead, catch this. Intercepted. No.
Kick 6.
Pick six.
Pick 6.
Yeah, everything. Like I just want to, like, you know what we should do, Poppy, from now on? Let's keep count in one episode. See how many times the Reels just talks about Davis Mills.
Dude, in the group chat alone.
No, we can't do that. No, we're gonna talk. We're gonna every time in the episode because we can actually go back and rewind this later on. Let's talk about how many times he talks about Davis Mills. And it's hilarious for any reason. I don't know. Like we could be grilling burgers. Man, that this burger looks kind of burnt. You know who else is Davis Mills?
That was terrible.
All right.
Mute his mic. Cut him off.
You know who else is Davis Mills?
All right, are we calling it?
Yeah, man. Yeah, we gotta call it. Look, thanks again, y'all, for joining us. We haven't been on, honestly, this whole week because we just wanted to enjoy the World Series. And that was it. We wanted to enjoy the World Series, these games, even though they were like very close games where our blood pressure was high. Dude, it's orange.
I know. I disappear. I'm invisible.
The invisibility cloak. It's Harry Potter over there. Venezuela Harry Potter. Invisibility cloak.
You know who else invisible? Davis Mills.
You know who else disappears in the middle of games? Davis Mills.
Davis Mills would have disappeared too.
Anyway.
Just like the Yankees' magical season disappeared.
There you go. Oh my God! Sorry,
the Dodgers, most wins in the league, and you know what? What did they do? They lost to the Padres.
Yeah.
We got rocked by the Phillies.
Reels are still talking. Reels are still talking about us.
All
right, y'all. Thanks again for joining us. We'll see you again. He's not finished yet.
I'm not. Damn it! Don't cut me off.
We're telling you, I'm just like the Astros. Once you start playing the music, you know who else gets good on? Davis Mills.
We're going into commercials and he's still talking.
Hey, this is 3 years in the making. 3 years. Oh.
You know what I would change his name to? Rio's the Davis Mills hater. Like straight hate.
I was talking about the Yankees and Dodgers, but you can use that.
Here's for the repeat next year.
Yes, sir. Repeat. Astros again. World Series. Yes, sir. And of course, to all the haters out there, I'm sorry that your team lost. Well, the only wow, I just hit my microphone. Like I said, the only garbage cans the Astros banged on were your teams. So just remember that. Guys, thanks again for joining me. Yeah.
Yankees, Mariners, and Phillies.
Exactly. So peace. All right, guys. Thanks for joining us again today. See y'all later. See y'all Tuesday night.
MVP.
MVP. Peace, y'all.
That was the ugliest heart I've ever